You guys, I have 5 words. In Matt LaFleur, we trust. And so, you guys, there it is. Our next defensive coordinator is Joe Barry. And I thought this was going to be Jim Leonard. I was wrong. Jim apparently made the decision last night that he decided to pass up on the opportunity to become the Packers' next defensive coordinator by saying this: "It was me choosing UW. I wanted to stay at UW. I want to be at this level right now. Extremely flattered. Awesome opportunity, but it was not the right time for me to go back to the NFL." So I think that really, Jim, I really felt like he had some legitimate interest in becoming the Packers' defensive coordinator. He had 2 interviews. In the first interview, I think he obviously did pretty well, and then Matt LaFleur asked him to come back for a second interview, and then he ultimately chose the next day to wanting to remain with the Wisconsin Badgers, and I understand his decision in wanting to remain with a successful program such as the Wisconsin Badgers. I respect his decision. I'm personally disappointed that he ultimately chose to pass up on this decision to become the Packers' new defensive coordinator. I would have loved the hire. I would have, however, been cautiously optimistic. And now we are going to talk about the 2 candidates that were second and third options were kind of a little bit misconstrued. I think that it was between Ejiro Evero and Joe Barry. I think that it was Joe Barry that was probably a little bit over Ejiro Evero due to past experience as a defensive coordinator. Ejiro would have been very interesting for us in Green Bay. I really would have liked Ejiro to come back to Green Bay and be able to bring something different to the Packers defense. He has been able to work very well with the Los Angeles Rams. He's been able to take all kinds of different things from under the Wade Phillips and Brandon Staley group, and I believe that that's what the Packers defense might have looked like. It would have been very, very similar to that of what Wade Phillips and Brandon Staley ran, a 3-4, probably a 3-4 system. That's not to say that Joe Barry, who has also worked with the Los Angeles Rams, he worked very closely with Matt LaFleur back in 2017 with the Los Angeles Rams, as well as Ejiro. Joe Barry very well could bring a really, really good system here in Green Bay. I don't really know quite where the Packers are going to go as far as what their scheme is going to be, if they're going to switch to a 4-3 or stick with a 3-4. I think that Joe has been able to work with both systems. He did run a 4-3 in Detroit and ran a 3-4 with the Washington Redskins to the defensive coordinating, which is where people are not very happy with, is that Joe Barry had some bottom 20 defenses and one defense that was ranked dead last, and that was in the 2008 year when the Detroit Lions went 0-16. However, you guys, however, Joe Barry finally actually has some talent to work with here in Green Bay. This team is much more talented by far of what he ever had in Detroit and Washington. So Joe Barry, I think, really feels very much like an underwhelming hire. However, I think it was the safer hire between him and Ejiro due to the fact that he has had some defensive coordinating experience and he has been a long-time linebackers coach, which is which is a very, very good thing. He did coach the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebackers. He coached Derek Brooks, and the linebacking core was one of the strengths of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that year. I really think that there's a very good possibility that the linebackers, which is a little bit of a weak point for the Packers, could possibly be a strength in the years to come, with Joe being able to add his expertise as a linebackers coach to be able to help that group get better, thrive, and go fly to the football, just like the exact philosophy that Matt LaFleur wants here in Green Bay. And I really, really think that there could be something here with Joe. I'm certainly hoping for the best, and I know that this was probably kind of a little bit of a letdown tonight, that we were able to find out that it wasn't going to be Jim Leonard or Ejiro Evero or somebody else that anybody else had in mind for the Packers. But I'm okay with the hire. I think things are going to work out very well. Trust the process. Trust Matt LaFleur. So with all that, I will catch you guys later for another video.